some foot stomping, hand clapping church this morning.
Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory. We give you peace. We give you honor. We give you blessing. We give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you. The fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it. In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes, You O Cubed. What does O Cubed stand for? One-on-one, babies, because it's just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman. I'm so glad that you joined me on this last day of the month of March. Can you believe it? March has marched right on. March has marched right on up out of here. And listen, I'm telling you, you might as well get ready. Come on with that bass line. You might as well get ready because we are on it. We are on it. Yes, I got you, KK. You already know what's up. On Fresh Start Friday, we always start this thing the same way, don't we? We always do it the same way. So let's get this party started. Let's get this party crack-a-lacking. It's another week and we made it. Come on. I see you, Kai Chick. Pick them up and put them down. Come on, Empress Meow. Come on, Tall Pumps. Y'all better come on in here. It's Friday. I feel like leaping. I feel like doing the doogie, Rebel. I feel like picking them up and putting them down like Sister Green Dress. You better ask somebody. Come on in here and let's do this thing right. It's Friday. Yes, it's a Fresh Start Friday, and that's the way we started, y'all. You might as well. Come on, KK. It's still going forward. I'm not mad at you, sis. I'm not mad at you. Because if it's been one of those kind of weeks, honey, but he brought you through. I get it. I get it. I get it. And listen, I feel like this. I feel like this sister right here. Woo! Yes! You better shout, KK. You better shout. Come on, Tom Bubble. Come on, Kachi. The red carpet entrance. One more time for the Holy Ghost. Woo! You better step, KK. That's the way we do it in the Lion's Den. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. That's the way we coming in this Friday. Because some of y'all know you had challenges this week. Sure enough, folks tried your patience. They tried everything. Oh, but you maintained and you made it to Friday. I'm so proud of you. God is with you. No weapon. Come on. No weapon formed against you is going to prosper. Please believe that. Please believe that. So listen. That's the way we're going to get this party started on this Fresh Start Friday. I'm glad for everybody that's in here. I know that's right, Kai Chick. Come on with the amens. But you made it. You made it, and it's another day's journey, and we're glad about it. That's the way it is here in the Lion's Den. Now, listen, you know I want to get started with those that came in the VIP section this morning, bringing all the love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness. And I just want y'all to know I appreciate every time I come in and see how you all come in the Lion's Den, the love that you guys share with each other in the VIP section before we ever get here. It's just beautiful. I just love it. I want to give it up for Queen Shauna. Yes, she came in. She came on in here this morning. And I appreciate you for coming in. I appreciate you. Listen, you came in crowning folks and everything as you always do. Whether you get that chair or not, you are always happy to pass out that crown. And I appreciate you for that. Now, the third person in the Lion's Den this morning, and I got to take a look, make sure, yes, the third person in the Lion's Den this morning was none other than it was nobody but Sassy Cassie, otherwise known as Cassandra Isaiah. Yes, Cassandra Isaiah, Sassy Cassie, Slide and Ride, and our poet laureate. Go ahead and sit down in that love seat, and I'm going to put somebody right next to you in just a moment. So much love to you, and once more and again, congratulations. Now, the second person to make it into the Lion's Den this morning and get a coveted spot on that beautiful love seat right over there. And you're going to sit there with Sassy Cassie, otherwise known as Cassandra Woke 2022. The second person to make it into the Lion's Den this morning. Uh-oh. That's supposed to be a drum roll. Y'all just pretending like that's a drum roll. Okay, and I'm going to give you a real drum roll now. Y'all didn't hear that other. KK79. Oh, KK, come on in here, sis. You did that. You did that. You did that. Go ahead and sit down right over there with Cassandra Woke 2022. I'm so proud of you. And come on in. You listen, you've been working that VIP section. I just want you to know, KK, you've been working that You've been working that VIP section, and I appreciate you. Yes, you're working day and night. I appreciate you and mad love to you. But at the end of the day, the winner of Grandpa Holmes' share is none other than Truck driver, you did that thing. Come on in here, King. You did it. Yes, you did it. Truck driver, that's my Mufasa. He came came on in and took the chair, y'all. He came in and took the chair. Let me give it one more time. He normally sits out there and waits in the parking lot to make sure security detail is covered. But he said, listen, don't you ever forget, I'm a king up in this place. And I love me some him until 10 toes up. That's my guy, y'all. That's my guy. Truck driver, congratulations. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. Get right over there and make yourself comfortable, King. Make yourself. Now, y'all know Queen Shauna came in to make sure that she crowned him. She said, looky here. Let me tell you, this is the way we're doing it. This is the way we're doing. She crowned that fine man. Yes, she did. She said, come on, not only the crown, but we got the royal scepter too. How about that? That's the way Queen Shauna comes in. She's not upset. She's not mad. She comes in passing out the crown when she doesn't make it into that chair, and I love her. Barbara Hardy, you're early this morning. Come on in here. That is my These Are They friend, and so much mad love to you. Come on in here. That's my These Are They friend. Mino 3782, good morning to you, and thank you for that resub. I appreciate you, sis. We're building something. Nothing but mad love to you this morning. 21 months in a row. That's my girl. I appreciate you. I appreciate almost 2 years you've been hanging with me, Mino. That is my information. Yes, she comes in and gives us telephone numbers. Anything you need to dial and every place you need to connect, baby, Mino got a phone number for you. Please believe it. Now, you know I want to go here because get your mod love out. Get your mod love out. Get your mod love out. Because listen, at the end of the day, y'all, at the end of the day, I just couldn't make it without these beautiful sisters right here. I could not. They hold it together for me. Yes, I want to give it up for these three that I call my blessed Trinity. Come on in here and let's start with Shelly Thunder. Yes, that's my prophetess. I see your mod love. I see that mod love. I see that mod love Empress. I see that mod love Kai Chick. I see that mod love MCP 812. I see that mod love Tall Pumps. I see that mod love Big T Dick Mom. I see that mod love Shelly Thunder. She's up in here, y'all. She's up in here. Please believe it. Yes, she's the prophetess. Yes, she'll give you a scripture. She'll pray for you. And I'm telling you, the Lord answers her prayer. But she'll also block your tail. She will do it. She'll block you in a heartbeat if you don't act right in the lines then, because mother doesn't play. She'll tell you in a heartbeat, try Jesus, don't try me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You are precious to my soul. Then we're led by the leader of the pack, none other than the Rebel Ink. Now y'all hold on to your weave and hold on to your wig, because we're going to go as soon as we finish here. We're going to be going over to the Rebel Ink, who is a streamer. If you're not following the Rebel Ink, quit your ways. Quit your ways, because I'm telling you, she's going to bless your whole life. I promise you she will. Z Lady C, I see that mod love. Come on in here, mod love, Kai Chick. Y'all better give it up for the sisters, because this is my blessed Trinity. Then we have, of course, the Quiet Storm. Yes, the Quiet Storm, Michelle Brownell. I don't know what's going on, saints. Michelle been on time all week. Yes, Michelle Brownell has been on time all week long. I see you laughing. I said, Lord, every day I've had to sing the song. She's an on-time mod. Hey, yes, she is. She's an on-time mod. I just want y'all to know she is. She surely is. Michelle Brownell is my quiet storm because she'll change the atmosphere. Empress Meow, you better get that microphone. Help me sing. As Rebel says, the microphone, not the microphone. Get the microphone. 1-800-777-MODS. That's it, Mino. 1-800-777, because 7 is for perfection. These are perfect mods. This is my blessed Trinity, and I love every last one of them. And I appreciate you all for giving them some mod love, because truly they deserve it. Yes, they deserve it. They deserve it. I must feel like singing today. I don't know. The choir is here, Empress. The choir is here. I feel like singing this morning. I don't know why, because I got all kind of scratchiness and frogs in my throat and everything. In my throat. Not my throat, but in my throat. It's one of those days, man, if anybody else besides me is having sinus problems, I'm telling you, it's out of control. I had to get my neti pot out this morning, because I was like, the mother can't talk and I got to preach a service in the morning. I said, Lord, we got to get this stuff right. Now, listen, I'm going to come around, and you know how we do it. I like to come around and say good morning to everybody. Let's come on through and say good morning to the Rebel Inc. I see you coming on down, and I see Glenda M. Groves from YouTube. I see you, sis. Mad love to you. Fairly all day, my dearest friend, is in the mix. I see you, and good morning. Coming on down, and I see DJ P Foo. The TV channel is in the room. That's my brother. He is a streamer, y'all. And if you're not following DJ P Foo, the TV channel, quit your wicked ways, because I promise you, he's going to bless your whole entire life. I love me some you, brother. I love me some you. Coming on down, and I see Tall Pumps. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. Did y'all see? Listen, this video right here, I'm gonna throw it up here, because Tall Pumps, she blessed my whole shondo. She really, really did. And I just took it. I took that thing and I made something, just kind of added to it a little bit. But at the end of the day, when I tell you this sister did her good work and put her good foot out there, I'm just so proud of it. Come on, Tall Pumps.
About some foot stomping, hand clapping church this morning.
Because Tall Pumps is pumping tall, y'all. Girl, I'm telling you, you done motivated me, inspired me, and everything. Thank you so much, Tall Pumps. I tell you what, people will bless you and surprise you, and you don't know what is coming down the pike. But listen, Tall Pumps, you did your good work. I appreciate you, sis. You talking about it blessed your shondo. It blessed my shondo. Please believe it. You blessed my whole entire shondo. Now, Tall Pumps, listen. And since she did her good work, y'all know she did her good work right there. This is what I'm going to give her back. It's a poll call. Hey! Tall Pumps, this is for you. It's a poll call. Yes, that's for you, Tall Pumps. That's for you, sis. You did that thing. You worked your jelly. And I love the lion in the hat. I love the lion in the hat. That's the way I'm going to do it for my sis. Because listen, she gave me the hookup. That's all I can say. She gave me the hookup, and I truly appreciate it. Now, I had to stop because listen, when y'all come in volunteering and doing this kind of work, saints, I got to stop and say thank you. Yes, I got to thank you down in my shondo. Now, as I keep on going, I see Shelly Thunder. I see my girl come on in here. I see you. Thank you for being here. It's a thunderclap in the room. I see Nathan Lamont. Come on in here. The gift is here with us, and nothing but mad love to you. I had to stop and do that, y'all. KK79, so much love to you, and I love the way you always I like the way you move. I started to sing it, but I was like, no, just say the words. Come on. All right. I like the way you move, KK79. You come in bringing the blessing all the time. Empress Meow Ford, thank you for coming in, and so much mad love to you. And you're glad I'm here. I'm glad you're here. How about that? Coming on down and BTD Mom. That's my biggest big sister is in the room this morning, y'all. She's in the room and nothing but mad love to you. Looking and I'm booking in Car Chick. That's my evangelist, y'all. She's in the room. She goes into the highways and hedges compelling folk to come. Nothing but mad love to you and happy Friday. Cassandra Woke 2022 came in right behind her. I appreciate you. That's my poet laureate, and she knows how to get it down, baby. You're gonna know before you leave here. She's gonna give you a rhyme in time. She will do it. Coming down, and I'm looking to see who else is in the lion's den while I was upstairs. Who came in through the basement? I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. As you already know, I know who's naughty and nice. MCP 812. There's my sister cousin right there. Great morning to you, sis, and nothing but mad love. MCP 812, just to give you a heads up, I want you on tomorrow. You got to tell that story once more and again about the how that energy threw you in the trash can. You got to do it. Somehow or another, I missed recording that in Institute. I was so carried away trying to get set up. But as soon as you told that story, I said, oh no, she gonna have to tell that story again because I need that on video. I need that on video. Listen, and then when Fairly All Day just calmly said, too much energy. You had to be there, folks. You had to be there. But you got to tell it again in the morning, MCP 812. Get that testimony ready because we want to hear it again. Now we call her MCP 812 in here, but if you come in Discord, she's 2 tams for 2 tambourines. Love me some you. Yoshi's son, 70. Baby, when I tell you. Oh, MCP, you took me out. I had to mute myself because I just could not go on. You tickled me. Now, the gift, Nathan Lamont, I'm going to say mad love to you one more time. And y'all go ahead and put those prayer hands in there. Put those knees on the bended knee in there for the prayer because we're still lifting the gift, Nathan Lamont. I'm going to be honored to be with you all tomorrow. I'll be there with you. And I want those prayers to continue going as they walk through this journey called grief. Barb Barbara Hardy. That's my These Are They friend. Come on in here. May the 20th. Put it on your calendar because listen, they're going to give us, oh my God, if you miss this, you're going to miss the gift of gifts. Come on, Lavinia Christine. She said, I'm just going to bust up in here. Yo, while she's yet speaking, I'm just going to bust up in there. I love you, Lavinia Christine, and good morning to you. Truck driver, that's my Mufasa. That's my guy. And listen, that is the Lion King here in the Lion's Den, and that's my brother till 10 toes up. Mino 3782 came in giving us the phone number 888-555-LOVE. I love it, Mino, and I love you. I know you just got off of work. I appreciate you hanging with us as long as you can before you have to go to bed from that night shift. Gonna be some sweets. Anyway, that night shift. What's going on with me this morning? I don't know. Was it my tea? What was it? Anyway, gonna be some sweet sounds going down on the night shift. Y'all don't know nothing about that. MCP 812, good morning to you once more and again. I'm coming on down. And Z Lady C, good morning to you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Love me some you. And thank you for coming in the room this morning. I'm coming on down. And did I get downtown? Melvin Brown. That's my brother and my shouting partner. I love me some him. And he's coming in from LinkedIn. I love you, brother. I love you. Get your shouting shoes on. Shay Tay 42. Good morning. Not good morning. She said good morning. Good morning to you, Shay Tay 42. She's also a streamer. If you're not following her, please quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways. Listen, allergies and sinuses are out of control right now, Z Lady C. And I don't know. I went ahead and I took some meringue tea this morning and drank a whole cup of it. Now, I ain't never had no problem before, but I'm going to blame it on the tea. It could just be me, but I'm going to blame it on the tea. These sinuses are cutting up, Z Lady C, and I'm just really battling up in here. So, yes, sinuses and allergies are... what's in my throat? Shelly Thunder. You know what? You're not going to come in here with that rebel foolishness. You're just not going to do it. I'm not going to let you do it. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking to see who else is in the Lion's Den in my Twitch, because please believe me, I'm looking and I'm booking. Z Lady C, I appreciate y'all putting her up. Isn't that a beautiful? Listen, everybody in the Lion's Den is just, y'all are just beautiful for situation. SK8843 is my beautiful big sister, not to be confused with my biggest big sister. I love me some you, and I'm telling you, you always know when she's in the Lion's Den, because baby, when she roars, you're gonna hear it. Ron Henry is in the room, otherwise known as DJ Rockin' Ron. Good to have you this morning, and I'm happy to see you in the Lion's Den. I'm gonna say this, go into Twitch and see if you can get in today, because I think we tried to work that little situation out, DJ Rockin' Ron. If you can, go and try it and see if you can get in. If you can't, let me tell you this about DJ Rockin' Ron. He's been working for several weeks now to get into the Twitch channel. I just found out on yesterday, Q, the mixologist, was going to raid us on yesterday, and he couldn't get in. We've had some others. I'm watching the people, or I don't know that name. We've got folks out there that are trying to get in, and for whatever reason, there was a block going on. So I'm hopeful that we got that block taken care of. So try it one more time. But this is the thing about DJ Rockin' Ron. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. This brother was like, I will not be defeated. He said, they not going to shut me down like that. He just went out and found another way to get into the Lion's Den. And I want to say thank you for that determination and that persistence, and just doing everything you could to get in here. And DJ Rockin' Ron is here every morning, even with having to go through the back door, the side window, up the steps in the basement. However, he could get in here, honey. He heard Olita when she said, just get here. You can reach me all them different ways. Just get here. And my brother has been here. Dr. Daddy Priest. Yes, the high priestess is in the room because engagement matters. So much love to you, sis. And thank you for coming in the Lion's Den. If you're not following Dr. Daddy Priest, quit your ways. If you're not following DJ Rockin' Ron, quit your ways. face. I promise you, they will bless you. They absolutely positively will. Now I'm coming on down because listen, the stream today might be a little bit controversial, y'all. So you might as well get ready. Oh, there's my pastor my pastor from the ATL is here. Listen, y'all do what you want to do, but I got to do this right here because my pastor from the ATL, none other than Kim Possible 711 is in the room this morning. We miss you, girl. We miss you. Hey! Yes! Yay! That's my pastor from the ATL. That's my pastor from the ATL. She's in the room. Oh, Kim. Please believe it. I love me some you. It is so good. There she is. That's that beautiful sister right there. That's my pastor from the ATL. Kim Possible 711. She is a principal part of Good Grief on Fridays at noontime. And I want y'all to know I appreciate you. It's just marvelous to see you in the Lion's Den. And I really do feel like running and shouting. Every time I see your name, it just does something to me and does something for me. Now, I think I've said Ambassador 1007 is in the room. Come through. Nothing but mad love to you. Nothing but mad love to you. Now, let me come over here because listen, we're coming in Facebook. I see you. Lord, I see y'all. Come on in here. Jessica Cruz, I want to say good morning to you. Latanya Barber, that's the Reverend from Kansas City. I want to say good morning to you. Chazzy Licious is cooking. Good morning to you. Ron Kelly, good morning to you. Carolyn White Green, good morning to you. Irene Byers, good morning to you. Glenda M.H. Groves, good morning to you. Sheila Miles, come on in here. Good morning to you. KK Michelle, Facebook ain't playing this morning. KK Michelle, good morning to you. Sister Juanita Garrison, good morning to you. Monica Austin Cox, Anita Harvey, and Eloise Leslie, good morning to all of y'all over here in Facebook. And again, for those that are in my stream, but you're not talking, I still appreciate the fact that you're here. Then I see Ron Henry over here and Cassandra, Isaiah, Sheila, and Miles, and Anita Harvey. Y'all better come on in here and do the thing. Now let me check my last channel. Okay, there we go, y'all. That's the way we're doing it up in here. We're coming in from LinkedIn. We're coming in from Facebooks. We're coming in from YouTube. We're coming in from Twitch. I appreciate everybody that's in the house this morning. Now let me get this party started. Get your coffee cups out. Get your coffee cups out. Get your coffee cups out. Because listen, this is about to be controversial. I already know. Y'all hold on to your weave. Hold on to your wig. Because what had happened was, oh my goodness. Now, while we slept and slobbered, Z-Lady C, I see you. Come on in here. SK8843, I see your coffee cup. Kai Chick, my brain is going faster than my tongue. Kai Chick, I see you. Shelly Thunder, I see you. Yoshi Son, I see you. Now, I'm going to start here just because. No. Okay. So anyway, I see you, DJ Rock and Ron. I see you, Tall Pumps. I see you, Dr. Daddy Priest. I see you, KK Smile Like Journey. Come on. Now listen. Hey, y'all, Dorothy Askew has liked the stream. Come on up in here. Facebook ain't playing this morning. Y'all on Facebook this morning. Y'all serious about this thing, and I'm serious about you. Thank you. Now, anybody, my lock journey, with my toe up horse self. Listen, Dorothy asked you and Horace asked you. The Horace and Doris are my aunt and uncle. He is the surviving brother of my mother, biological. I'm telling you, I love me some them. I came down here in Texas. They ain't too far away from me. And please believe I'm on my way to Arkansas. I'm coming to see you. But thank you for liking the stream. I love me some you. Oh yeah, ask you. My mother is an ask you. So you know, don't tell me your last name is ask you. My lock journey don't play with me. My lock journey don't play with me, because we probably some kinfolk up in here. I think I done found some family, my lock journey. Because there's not a whole lot of ask yous running around here. You better tell me something good. Tell me that you like it. Come on in here, ask you power in the house. Listen, because of the wonderful things he does, Empress Meow. Now, I'm going to start here because a lot of us are excited that that orange apparition got indicted. That's real talk. It's not a whole lot of ask yous out here. We got to be some kind of kin. We're going to have to investigate that thing. We're going to have to investigate that thing because my mother is an ask you by birth. So listen, my brain is over there, my lock journey. I got to see how we locked up on this journey because I got a feeling that we are connected. Now, listen, while you guys are celebrating 45 being indicted, you know, I appreciate everybody that has y'all because y'all know. I appreciate everybody. I mean, my phone started blowing up. My phone started blowing up. I was in my office working and the phone started ding, 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 ding. And I was like, oh, okay, let me look. 45's been indicted. But let me say this about 45 being indicted. It's not for crimes against the country. We need to shake that family tree fairly all day and see what all falls out. We absolutely positively do. The indictment has come. One indictment done, more to come, SK, because at the end of the day, this is the way I feel about that. Y'all indicting him for, and let's be clear, they have not released exactly what he's been indicted for. Okay, they're not telling us exactly what he's being indicted for. That's being held confidential. So we don't know what this joker got indicted for. Okay, but at the end of the day, whatever the indictment is or indictments are, they're not enough to keep him from running for president of the United States and being seated if he wins. Now, that part right there. Now, this man has incited an attempted coup and insurrection against the government. Against the government. Y'all know the folks that give out government cheese. He has incited and attempted a surrection against the government. And this man is still roaming around. Now, I don't know. I appreciate the fact that he's been indicted. I hear you, Ambassador. The process is slow and long. That man's lips, hips, and fingertips should have been sitting in somebody's jail cell. I'm just saying. Now, I understand. Listen, the wheels of justice grind slowly for certain folk, but the wheels of justice don't grind slowly for everybody. Now, do you understand? Listen, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? The wheels of justice don't grind slowly for everybody. The wheels of justice grind slowly for certain people. Because at the end of the day, if this man has been indicted and whatever these indictments are that we can't know, they've got to be kept secret. If we can't know what was he indicted for, we can't tell you that, but we can tell you he's indicted. But what you can tell me, whatever it is that he's indicted for will not block him from his lips, hips, and fingertips being voted into the presidency if he can get all his folk together. And when I say it's a whole crew, it's a whole slew of these crazy folk out here walking around. I watched, and I don't know if y'all watched this or not, but I watched a little bit of the Republicans that are now coming out and they're forcefully speaking because at this point, they're trying to switch this narrative to political persecution. Political persecution. So for those that have that kind of energy, for those that have that kind of mindset, they're going to come out and they go, oh, they persecute. Listen, just like they persecuted the Christians, they persecuted our political Jesus. They persecuted Trump, and all of this is being done. So at the end of the day, I know some of y'all excited, but I just want y'all to understand some of this can backfire. Some of this can backfire because for those that are cronies and for those that are fans and for those that believe the big lie, all this is going to do is fire them. They's fired up. I'm going to steal a little rebel in here. They's fired up. And they're going to see it as political persecution. And they're going to come out like never before with, coming out with the vengeance, trying to make sure that y'all just not going to persecute him. So, I'm waiting to see how this is going to play out. At the end of the day, I need number one, we need to know what was he charged with and what was he indicted on while y'all keeping that the big secret. And number two, I need y'all to get to the real deal and the real McCoy. The fact that he's out here grabbing people by the pee and sleeping with them and then paying them off, that ain't no shock. I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. So at the end of the day, could it be, y'all know where I'm going with this, could it be, I just want you to ask yourself the question, the devil? Baby, this ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. I looked up Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home, a crazy Berrytown coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet shit. Crazy Berrytown is in the room, and she's a streamer, y'all. If you're not following Crazy Berrytown, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, because I promise you she's going to bless your whole life. I promise you she will do it. She'll give you a Zumba design. She will. She'll give you chit chat and a sip, and she is our other principal party for good grief for those that are on the journey of grief. Listen, I love you, Crazy Berrytown, and good morning to you. So yes, my life journey, we talking about hush money. We talking about hush money. This man has incited an attempted coup, treason, and a takeover of the country. And y'all want to get him for hush money. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. We got him for hush money, but we still don't even know what we got him for on that. SKU said the GOP reps are afraid 45 will spill the tea about their own dastardly deeds. They're dastardly deeds. So yes, they're in that mindset. They're in that energy. So at this point, y'all, I'm like, y'all can have that. Any win is a good win. Go ahead and knock yourselves out. But at the end of the day, until that man's lips, hips, and fingertips are sitting in jail, or unless he's barred from running for president of the United States, you get nothing from me. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you. Did I say it was the devil? Did I say it was the devil? I got some help with that today.
I have this song that they're gonna sing for you. Is the devil's in the phone booth dialing 911. Congratulations, bless these people.
This is for Trump.
Well, the devil's in the phone booth dialing 911. Well, the church is on their knees and they're loading up the spiritual gun. Well, the devil thought he had us, but the tables are turned, and now he's on the run. The devil's in the phone booth, dialing 911. My whole life has changed, the Lord saved me. I proclaim the mighty name of Jesus Christ to everyone that I see. You know the keys to the kingdom are the secret to success. To lose the Holy Ghost and the Son. The devil's in the phone booth, dialing 911.
That's all I got to say about that, people. That's all I got to say about that. The devil's in the phone booth dialing 911. And yes, he's loose. Diablo is loose. That's all I can say about that. Now, I'm not going to give a whole lot of energy to 45 because he doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve. Listen, as my mother used to say, that's a bop. Fairly. Listen, what in the tarnation? Listen, loose. The devil is loose, Crazy Berry Town. I just want. The Rebel Link said, fairly, go back to lurking. He's making his phone call, Kim Possible. He's making his phone call even as we speak, sis. You heard it from the pastor from the ATL. She's co-signing, and her spirit is in one and unison with the reality that he's dialing right now. He's dialing right. Rewind that. Y'all, I'm telling you.
The song that they're going to sing for you is the devil's in the phone booth dialing 911.
Oh, we jamming, y'all. Here we go.
Well, the devil's in the phone booth.
Yeehaw!
911.
Yes!
Well, the church is on their knees and they're loading up the spiritual gun.
Yes!
Well, the devil thought he had us, but the tables are turned.
Hey!
Now he's on the run.
Hey!
The devil's in the phone booth.
Phone booth!
Dialing 911.
Dialing 911.
My whole life has
Ow!
changed.
Crazy Berry Town, you better get it.
I proclaim the mighty name of Jesus Christ to everyone that I
Good morning, only one Miss Cox.
You know the keys to the kingdom are the secret to
Yes!
to lose the Holy Ghost and the Son. The devil's in the phone booth.
Phone booth.
Dialing 911.
Dialing 911. There you have it right there. The gift said this is moist. Listen, y'all, I'm just trying to tell you, this is a whole mess. I'm just telling you, it's a whole entire mess. That was just for you, Empress Meow. That was just for you. Question is, who was he calling on My Lock Journey? Well, you know what? I could get into a whole nother dissertation about who he's calling. Because listen, I got a feeling that could Rudy Giuliano, is his name in that book? Is his name in the book of the devil? Is Ron DeSatan, is his name in the, no, anyway, y'all know. DeSatan and the orange one in the phone booth. Y'all silly in here this morning. Y'all silly in here. Listen, that's all I'm going to give to the orange apparition, because that's all he deserves other than a jumpsuit and jail. That's all that man deserves. Now, this right here, I want to go back, and I appreciate everybody. You get a call. You get a call. You get a call, Rebel. Oh, it's a whole list out there. I think Sister Bobert's on the line. I think Green's on the line. I think, oh, okay. There's a whole lot of people on that line. Nonetheless, it is what it is. The devil is in the phone booth. Now, as we come on down, I'm looking at news from Views. I want to share some things out here that you all have put in the stream, and I'm going to share them because I always like, for those of you that are putting items in there for us to see, I like to try and make sure to show those because I appreciate you taking the time to put them in. Now, truck driver done found us some Jim Crow that has passed where else but in Mississippi. Yes, where else but in Mississippi. So here we go. Well, up unless New York City can catch up the payment to campaign funding in some kind of way, it won't matter. I hear you talking, Fairly. I hear you talking. Now listen, this right here, because you know I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Some more mess from Mississippi.
This law, a racist voting dynamic in Mississippi, and they admit it is racist. So they're still going to uphold it anyway. They have now voted to uphold a Jim Crow law. that Mississippi's white supremacist leaders adopted in 1890 in an attempt to disenfranchise black residents for life. White lawmakers designated certain crimes that they believed black people were more likely to commit as lifelong disenfranchising crime. The court's conservative majority admitted that the Jim Crow law was steeped in racism. They admitted it, but said the state had made enough changes in the 132 years since to override its white supremacist taint. Mississippi passing legislation to create a court system to govern only white people. A white supermajority of the Mississippi House voted to create a separate court system and expanded police power inside of the blackest major city in the United States of America, the city of Jackson, Mississippi. This new court system would be orchestrated by a completely white panel of state officials. It is called House Bill 1020. Decided to uphold a racist law.
So if you didn't know, now you know, Jackson, Mississippi. And at the end of the day, could it be the devil? Now, babies, that ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. I think Jackson, Mississippi got a phone call. I don't know about you, but I think Kim Possible, I think it's a hot mess. I think that Jackson, Mississippi got a phone call. They got a phone call, baby. Because this right here is just absolutely dastardly. This is just dastardly. The devil done went down to Georgia. He done went down. But listen, Empress, we in Mississippi, baby. Empress, Empress, we in Mississippi. Now, not to say the devil's not in Georgia. I'm not saying the devil's not in Georgia, but right now, sis, we talking about M-I crooked letter, I crooked letter, I humpback, I. Right now, sis, we talk. Them same laws are getting passed. I got you, sis. Kim said Kim Possible 7-Eleven said we got enough problems in Georgia. We don't need nothing else. We don't need nothing else down here in Georgia. So listen, but at the end of the day, you're exactly right though, Empress. You're going to start seeing these types of behaviors and this kind of movement all over the place. That's why, as we've been talking, and I know that some of you all have some reaction to the passion with which I talk, the fervor with which I talk, because this is what I want us to understand is that there's a movement going on. And while some of us are chilling and sleeping, y'all gonna wake up and y'all gonna be back in Jim Crow America. And y'all gonna be like, when did that happen? Baby, it's been happening the whole time. Y'all gonna wake up and find out that China has getting paid the financial money while you waiting on your check. How come my check didn't come this morning? We had to pay China. These are the things that I'm trying to get you all to be aware of so that you understand what it is that I'm trying to say and why my passion and why my fervor is so hot about this. Because listen, y'all, this kind of stuff is happening all around us right before our eyes, and listen, they're not wearing hoods. They're not wearing sheets anymore. They coming out in suits. They coming out in ties. They coming out in those green flannel shirts that we saw on yesterday where that joker tried to jump up on that little 12-year-old girl right there in the midst of the council meeting, the school board meeting. And ain't nobody got up to defend this little girl but two folk. I'm trying to get y'all to understand what is going on. I'm trying to get you all to understand what's going on. MCPA 12, I'm trying to tell you. So at the end of the day, this is where I want us to be aware Do not be sleeping these times. Do not listen. What did Lead Belly? Y'all done said it. That's what I said. Get your information. Y'all done said it was Spike Lee and it was white folks. You better be woke. You better be woke or you're going to end up like them folks down there in Alabama. This is what I want you all to understand. We fight just because folks here waiting for a reason to pop off. And you're right about that. Y'all better talk that talk. So this is where I want us to be ever with clear. This is energy that's going on in these here United States of America that never went anywhere. Please believe me when I say it. Everybody that wants to talk about now, what did they use for their explanation? Because we've made so much progress since those years of Jim Crow. We've made so much progress since those years of Jim Crow. We don't have to worry about that anymore.
Why you always lying?
Quit lying! Quit lying! We ain't made no progress. We still standing at the same door we was standing at back there in the 50s and the 60s and before. Stop lying! Stop it! So this is where I feel like we really, come on, SK, we will not return to slavery of body, mind, or soul. And then at the end of the day, some folks never left it, SK. Some folks never left the mind of slavery, body, mind, and soul. Some have been kept and held hostage right there in the system. Good morning, truck driver. There's my Mufasa. Good morning to you, my brother. You know I love me some you. Tell 10 toes up. That's my Lion King. Quit it, Crazy Berrytown. I just need you to quit it. Jim Crow laws are coming back, Empress. And this is what I want us to be aware of. Y'all need to educate your children. You need to educate your grandchildren. You need to teach them their history from whence we've come, because what you don't know, if you don't know your history, you are doomed to repeat it. And we see all of this coming to pass. And unfortunately, there are a lot of little black boys and little black girls that do not realize from whence we've come. So they're going to be shocked, stunned, and amazed when boom, all of a sudden this is here. But listen, it's the same soup warmed over. It's the same candy bar, different wrapper. We've seen this before. So we need to be educating our offspring. We need to be educating our babies. We need to be educating our neighbors. I don't care if you don't have children. Educate your neighbor's children. We've got to educate because knowledge is power. Please believe it. So truck driver, thank you for that. Thank you for that clip. I appreciate you. You were out here working, and I appreciate you. Now I want to come back and I'm gonna catch this one. Come on. I could go a lot of places with this one too. Let's just watch this and see what truck driver brought to us this morning. Here we go, Saints. Here we go.
Presents black folks as perpetrators, overrepresents white folks as victims. So the message that gets sent is they're dangerous, and specifically to you. They are not only bad people, they're going to hurt you. So therefore, we want to keep them on that side of town. We want to keep their children in those schools over there. We don't want to work around them. We don't want to live around them, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that message comes through loud and clear in the way that media represents people of color. You know, whenever thinking about Tamir Rice, the 12-year-old child that was shot in Cleveland by police, when that happened, what did they do? The first news story in Cleveland that made a big splash was about Tamir Rice's parents and the history of domestic abuse and criminality among his parents, not about the cop that killed him. We talk worse about black victims than we do white killers. What did we say about Ted Bundy? Oh, he was so smart and he was so quiet and he always seemed so nice. Every time one of these white boys goes and shoots up a school, what do we say? We had no idea he was going to do this. So we talk better. We have more sympathy for white folks who commit mass murder, bury bodies under the house, cook them up in a soup pot and eat them, right? Than we do black folks who were killed by police. We start digging for every bad thing they ever did. We want to know if they had a juvenile record. We want to know if they'd ever been arrested. That's what the media does. And until that changes, I'm afraid white folks will stay in denial, and it'll be very hard for us to move forward, whether we're talking about cops or just average everyday folks. There's been studies on.
Okay, so now we know this without a shadow of a doubt. They're going to sully black folks up and make everything negative from the very beginning. As he said, here you got a 12-year-old child that's been killed by the popo, but immediately they want to start focusing on domestic violence in the black family. You know, I want y'all to be aware so that you do not become complicit. Honey 41, good morning to you and happy Friday to you. Empress Meow, I see you saying you're Native American and you are also a quiet genocide. I understand that. And listen, at the end of the day, I want righteousness for everybody. I want justice for everybody. And by all means, as we stand up and we speak up, we've got to come together to begin to eradicate this in all communities. As I say, I always emphasize the black experience because my house is black. I come from black. Our house is on fire. And anybody, I don't care if you want to be a fireman or a firewoman to help put the fire out, come over here and help put the fire out. But my house is on fire and I'm going to put this fire out in my house. Then come see about everybody else's house. Because at the end of the day, listen, I'm going to tell you what, black folks are still at the bottom of the barrel. You can go all the way from A to Z to A prime to Z prime and black folks are still going to be at the bottom. Please hear me when I say it, because that is the reality that we live every day. And this is what we're working to change. That's why I say us, you, me, we all. We've got to come together to make a difference in this whole scenario. But yes, you are my brother. You are my sister. Everybody is. But at the end of the day, black folks, I'm trying to talk to us so that we can come out of this insanity that we've been held in and held bondage to for all of these hundreds of years. One more from Truck Driver. Truck Driver was on a mission. Here we go. Here we go. Let me get you some sound.
House off, you don't own it. You have an equitable interest in the.
Oh yeah, I want to look at that one again. I'm gonna look at that one again. Truck. I saw that. I'm going to do some investigating on that one before I run it. Only because I try to make sure that everything that I put out here is completely vetted before I put it out. Now, this is where I want to go, and this is what I want to talk about. I'm going to show some videos real quickly, and I'm going to get in and out. But listen, I want to go positive just for a second. Let me scroll up here and get this, because at the end of the day, One Reason put this in several days ago. And really the rest of what I'm getting ready to show is going to be from One Reason. I want to play this. I want to run this because I do want to get this positive. I do want to get this positive energy in here. And One Reason, I appreciate you. I absolutely positively do. And here we go. This right here, no matter what your challenges, no matter what obstacles stand in your way, you can overcome and do great things. Here we go.
Is huge. $1 billion industry with hundreds of millions of players, thousands of whom are professional gamers.
And tonight we meet a team that's overcome incredible odds to compete in that arena. They are quadriplegics, known as the Quad Gods.
We are the first ever totally quadriplegic esports team.
Right there, Shaq. Meet the Quad Gods. Blake Hunt, Richard Jacobs, and Prentice Cox are three members of this six-person squad.
After the injury and everything that happened, like, this definitely was a blessing, like, to change your outlook on the way things go in life.
Playing with adaptive controllers, some using only breath and head movements, the Quad Gods hold their own in competition. Make no mistake, their goal is to win, but they also know there's much more at stake than just a victory.
Just seeing the Quad Gods change their life, and they're close to checking out, and just being able to talk to him and talk to me through streaming and talk to, the other teammates, it changes people's lives.
Changing lives is also a goal of Dr. David Petrino, Director of Rehabilitation Innovation for Mount Sinai. He's been working with the Quad Gods for about 5 years, earning him a unique nickname.
Yes, I am in some circles known as the Quad Father, yeah.
It started when he was working with patient Chris Scott, who was struggling to cope after a skydiving accident left him paralyzed from the neck down. Dr. Petrino discovered Scott's love of video games and saw his mastery with a mouth-operated controller, also called a quad stick. More importantly, he understood the sense of purpose gaming allowed him and brought in other patients to engage and ultimately benefit.
In order for the brain to actually change itself and learn and create all of the neuroplasticity you need for recovery, it needs to be engaged. It needs to be excited. It needs to be understanding the importance of doing the movement. And gamification can provide all of that for our patients. When you sit them down in front of video game and you set it up so that the movement that you want, we start to see thousands of repetitions of a movement. So you see an order of magnitude increase in the work that they're doing.
I'm thinking, I'm going to play this game by any means necessary, not even realizing that that mentality was also helping me build my muscle memory back. And it helped my recovery immensely. Like before, I couldn't even pick up a cup and drink water on my own. Like I had people physically standing next to me with a cup and a straw in my mouth like I was a baby.
Jacob says he usually plays with a weighted controller with special grips.
If it's too light, I won't even be able to tell that I'm holding anything.
Hunt uses his hands, not fingers, on a specially engineered device.
But essentially all the buttons there I have here in front of me, so I can use every button in the game the same.
And for play on this day, Cox has been able to adapt a commercial controller.
I'm able to use certain buttons quicker than others, but like I said, I'll make it work.
Quiet concentration is the hallmark of gaming, but it takes on greater significance when the depth of the player's trauma is considered. The Quad Gods logo has wings to honor Chris Scott, who died in 2019 and was created by a team member, Sergio Acevedo, who paints with his mouth. The team says they play in his honor with fun, purpose for rehabilitation, the motivation to compete, and more.
We're now creating an everlasting Quad God family, even that hopefully when we are gone, those people we leave behind will continue to grow our family and make it something that lasts.
My wish is that they're not just a team, they're a movement, that every single person who wants to get involved in adaptive esports can reach out to the Quad Gods and say, how do we do it? And the only thing stopping them is what we've set as society norms for access. And Quad Gods are bringing more and more access.
Sure looks like it. And to learn more about the Quad Gods, head over to cbsnewyork.com. I love, love, love it. How the competitive side brings out the very best in them.
And the bond that they're sharing, even with their doctor, it's really special to see.
Tremendous.
We've been talking about this for quite some time.
We ain't going to talk about you. That right there, and let me come on back to my screen because I surely ain't trying to see him. That right there. Quad Gods. Quad Gods. That is so awesome. That came from one reason. Robabase, I appreciate you. Come on in here. So much love to you. Robase, whichever. I want to pronounce that correctly. Correct me in my error. I loved this. I love the idea. I just, T Summers, good morning. Good morning. I'm telling you, come on here, T. So much love. T Summers is a streamer, y'all. If you're not following T Summers, and she is our partner for our Boss Energy Christmas Cruise, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, because T will bless your whole life. Good to see you this morning. I'm loving all this positive energy that I'm seeing. One reason, thank you so much, DJ Rock and Ron. I'm telling you, the idea of Quad Gods and not putting the limitations and the restrictions in people's minds that they cannot regain those motor skills. Listen, I love it. We know our own Bishop of Twitch, one reason, has that challenge before him. But when he sent that to me, I was like, man, I loved it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And it's all about that mindset. It's all about your energy. It's all where you're coming from. And again, that idea that repetitive motion is actually restoring that mobility back to you. And those that literally, some of them started with just their breath, controllers that were sensitive to their breath or their mouths, and then you're able to see them come back. And as the brother said, I can remember the day when they stood over me and they were feeding me like a baby. But now by repetitive motion, you guys, by repetitive motion. So this is where technology is so powerful, where some people fight against it. Oh, you know, da 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 da. At the end of the day, anything, depending on how you utilize it, depending on what you sculpt it around and move forward with, it can be a great blessing. I thought that was an awesome, awesome, awesome piece right there. I want to say once more and again, thank you to One Reason. Muscle memory builds skills. Come on, Empress. So even the idea of the weighted, as the one brother said, if he couldn't feel it, he couldn't respond to it. But the ability to have that thing weighted in his hand so that he could know he was holding something. There's so many ways that we can approach if we but would. And so I appreciate that. I'm going to, I'm trying to, I don't want this joker right here. I'm trying to get rid of him. And come on out of that. Come on out. Listen, this joker done got up on my screen and doesn't want to close, but you're going. Yes, Trump, you shall not stay in my screen. Now, another thing, and I'm going to come here real quickly because, you know, because I'm going to close it out with something that's a little bit more controversial. I'm going to save that to the end because I want to make sure that we get all of this good stuff. There's some good stuff that's out here. And y'all know I talk about more than just the negative. We talk and discover and share all of it. Let me hold her for just a second. We'll bring this back. Many of you have already seen this because this has been sitting out in my queue for a minute as well. This is the first Black woman neurosurgery resident at Vanderbilt University. Y'all out here, we doing this thing, y'all. We doing it.
It's happening, Samaya.
Listen, the first Black woman neurosurgery resident at Vanderbilt University. Come on here. Tamia Potter. Yes, March the 17th, 2023. She broke that barrier. Come on here, sis. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me unshade because listen, you know, we don't just throw shade. We shed light. I love this story and thank you. I think, let me see who put that in there for me. I appreciate you. And every time you guys come out with these positive stories, you just bless me. This is her in her moment of shock as she's talking with them as they,
Am I the first Black woman
as they bestow this honor upon her. Now, mind you, even while I'm saying as they bestow this honor, this sister worked for this. Please understand. They didn't just drop this in her lap. This sister worked for this. And I absolutely positively love it. For everybody that's in those pioneering positions and the first one coming through, I love it. I love it. I love it.
The first Black woman to train there?
You are.
Woo!
You're a trailblazer.
Oh my God.
That right there. Come on, give it up once more and again. I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, I'm going to just touch on this for a hot second. In case you didn't know, and I think Kim Possible 7-Eleven sent me this clip. Y'all. Now, as we talk about sending folks away for their wrongdoing, let me stop just for a second. Okay. I'm not going to comment. I'm just going to let it roll. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
It says that they care about making sure criminals stay locked behind bars, but we went on a little field trip on Friday, led by one of my Republican colleagues, to check on the insurrectionists and make sure their tablets were working just fine. I don't really understand why we're playing this game. The reality is that the Republicans talk a lot. They talk a big game, but I need people to pay attention to what the Republicans do. And when it comes to lawlessness, they are all for it so long as it's one of their little friends. But when it comes down to black and brown, which we've already talked about, the city of DC having so many black folk, there is a problem. Now, I digress. So
now I'm just going to play it one more time. Please hear me when I say my issue here is not about Republican. My issue here is why do the insurrectionists that have been found guilty, why take their political party away? The insurrectionists that were found guilty and jailed, why are we going to make sure that their tablets are working? Y'all know I don't just throw shade, I shed light. That part. Why do we go and take, as she called it, a little field trip to make sure that their tablets are working? You shall not pass! Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Why? Oh, why are we taking a field trip? We're talking about our political leaders packing up their stuff, jumping in the car, driving to the jail so that we can see if folks' tablets are working. This is what your tax dollars are paying for. Here we go.
This is the party that says that they care about making sure criminals stay locked behind bars. But we went on a little field trip on Friday, led by one of my Republican colleagues, to check on the insurrectionists and make sure their tablets were working just fine. I don't really understand why we're playing this game. The reality is that the Republicans talk a lot. They talk a big game, but I need people to pay attention to what the Republicans do. And when it comes to lawlessness, they are all for it so long as it's one of their little friends. But when it comes down to black and brown, which we've already talked about, the city of DC having so many black folk, there is a problem. Now, I digress. So this is the party that...
Now, so there you have it. And I'm going to comment on what T. Summers has said, because this part right here, we got insurrectionists that are in jail, but our children, come on, our children, this part right here, y'all stop playing. Our children cannot get the things that they need. We can't have art. How many of you all's schools have cut out the ability for your children to have the arts in the school? The arts have been cut left and right, but we know that the arts actually help our children to develop, and many of our children are very gifted in the arts, but we can't have the arts. We can't have any of these things in our schools that will help us to help our children. Can't get money for that, can't get a penny for that, but we can get out here. We can't get art, we can't get music, we can't get athletics, we can't get any of these things because there's not enough money. But we got money to get tablets for criminals that were insurrectionists. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Not only do we have money to support it, we're going to go and take a special field trip to make sure that they're working. Y'all ain't buying what I'm selling. I'm telling what God loves, y'all. And at the end of the day, somebody put it up there. Could it be? Could it be? The devil. Baby, this ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. Please believe it. Yes, and Nathan Lamont, they're getting vegan meals catered in. But we don't have any money. Silky Lettuce, come on in here. So much mad love to you and good to have you this morning. And you're talking. They can't learn about their history either. Can't do any of that, Silky Lettuce. But we're going to make sure that your tablets are working. Listen, once more and again. You shall not pass! You done broke my coffee cup. And at the end of the day, we wonder. Ain't nothing but the devil. I can't hear you. Ain't nothing but the devil. I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. Y'all know how I do it in here. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black because I tells it like a T-I-Z-T-S. That's all I can say about that. So at the end of the day, that little story right there, that little nugget for you. And thank you, Kim Possible. I appreciate you for sending that to me. I believe that was you that sent it. And I tell you what, at the end of the day, no ma'am, no sir. Now this right here begins to challenge us. Are we talking education or are we talking training? And I've been talking about this even as we looked at Jane when she was talking about blonde hair, blue eyed, and bringing the truth home about black people. She addresses this issue of the difference between our school systems training our children, indoctrinating our children, or actually educating our children. And there is a difference. And this brother right here had something to say.
That's a no-no. You train them. So we're trained to hold jobs. We're trained to be taught a certain way. We're not trained so that you can begin to create. And yet, blacks create everything you can think of. You go back through the list of inventions by a black, almost everything you find out there was invented by a black person. Never educate a person you're going to dominate. That's a no-no. You train them. So we're trained to hold jobs. We're trained to be taught a certain way. We're not trained so that you can begin to create. And yet, blacks create everything you can think of. You go back through the list of inventions by a black, almost everything you find out there was invented by a black person. Never educate a person you're going to dominate. That's a no-no. You train them. So we're trained to hold jobs. We're trained to be taught a certain way. We're not trained so that you can begin to create. And yet, blacks create everything you can think of. You go back through the list of inventions by a black, almost everything you find out there was invented by a black person. Never educate
one more time
a person you're going to dominate. That's a no-no. You train them. So we're trained to hold jobs. We're trained to be taught a certain way. We're not trained so that you can begin to create. And yet, blacks create everything you can think of. You go back through the list of inventions by a black, almost everything you find out there was invented by a black person.
And that right there, beloved, becomes the issue between education and indoctrination. Are we really educating our children? Now, this right here, I think Bea Richards, y'all know that's my girl. That's my ancient soul sister right there. I got some kind of connection to her. If y'all go out there and she's got a story out there, the Bea Richards story, I'm telling you, it's absolutely phenomenal. She talks about how when she was going to school and went to college, she dropped out because she realized they're not educating. They're not teaching here. So she left and went on her merry way. And there were a lot, hear me when I say this, there were a lot of our black ancients that refused the level of education that was being or attempted to be crammed down black people's throats. Now, I'm going to say this, and some of you all are going to really disagree with me, and it's okay. I feel like at the end of the day, the quality education that black people were getting in black schools during segregation. And no, I'm not talking about going back to segregation. I'm not talking about any of the inequality that segregation rendered. But this, I want you to hear what I'm saying. The quality of education in black schools when we were segregated far exceeds and is superior to the education that we're currently getting, especially as black folks. And if you actually looked at it in so many ways, the ability that black people had to ascend and create and to come up with new ideas, to come up with ingenious ideas and witty inventions. I want you all to understand that a lot of that were blacks that went to black institutions that had black education. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to accept that. And they did it with inferior text. They did it with leftover hand-me-down books. They did it with almost nothing, trash, whatever. But the people had a mind to learn and be educated. And what we saw, the educators, those black teachers, those black professors, they were insistent. You're not going to walk out of here with the empty brain. You're not going to walk out here with less than. You're going to walk out here and hold your head high, and you're going to represent the black community at the highest level. You're going to be knowledgeable. You're going to be brilliant. And the brilliance that you have, I'm going to polish that brilliance so that when you walk out this school of higher learning, you're not just going to shine, but you're going to shine brilliantly. And that light is going to shine above all the rest, because you already know you're going to have to be 5 times better to get the same job. I said what I said. I said what I said. And y'all can get mad at me and feel like I'm talking regression and let's go. No, I'm telling you, I appreciated the education. Some of our forefathers who only made it to 3rd grade, their education superseded what some of y'all are getting in college. I said what I said, and I'll add to it if I take it back. And I'm going to say it once more and again. Some of our forefathers and foremothers who only made it to 3rd grade had better education with a 3rd grade education back in those days than some of you all are getting in college. I went to college and had to sit through English 101, English 102, and the folks in college didn't know a noun from a verb, much less what a gerund was. And I had to hear somebody say a garand. A garand. What is a garand? I'm talking about the teacher is saying a garand. I just can't. A garand, rebel, not a gerund, a garand. And that's the teacher. I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. If you can't pronounce it, you surely can't explain it. Let me unshade, because y'all know I don't just throw shade, I shed light. I had a teacher that was saying a garand. Made me so mad I just wanted to get my books and walk up out of class. And I paid for this. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I paid for this. Y'all ain't ready for me. I paid for this because at the end of the day, I need a piece of paper that says I've been to school. But some of these folks that we're graduating from school, from high school and college, they dumb as a box of rocks. And I'm not just talking about black people either. I mean dumb as a box of rocks. I've seen some PhDs that are as stupid as I don't know what. And I'm not talking about common sense. I'm talking about stupid. Okay, somebody said I shouldn't call people stupid. They are slow of learning, but they got a PhD. I said what I said. I'm not impressed. I'm not moved. When folks run around talking about I got doctor in front of my name, you better recognize, listen, some of that doesn't mean nothing to me because I've seen some of the dumbest people got a PhD. I mean dumb. What can I say? So at the end of the day, you know, you almost want, what college did you go to? Okay, let me leave that alone. Because I'm trying to get us to understand. M1, a garand, Empress, a garand. My life journey, a garand. And don't ask me about a prepositional phrase, T. Summers. You know what? 5th grade. Y'all not playing. Y'all listen. Y'all not buying what I'm selling. Your major was accounting, so help us. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, Kim Possible. And at the end of the day, we learned helping verbs. I said auxiliary verbs. People are like, what's auxiliary? I don't know what that is. I don't know what an auxiliary verb is. You're in college and you don't know what an auxiliary verb is. Okay. All right. So learned it in 4th grade. The list of auxiliary, or as y'all want to say, helping verbs. Am, is, was, were, are, be, being, been, have, has, had, do, does, did, shall, will, should, would, must, may, might, can, could. Those are your auxiliary verbs right there. Am, is, was, were, are, be, being, been, have, has, had, do, does, did, shall, will, should, would, must, may, might, can, could. That's 4th grade. And we in college. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I paid money to sit here in this class and learn absolutely nothing. I'm telling y'all what God loves, and it's the truth. I promise you, had you come out of some of those schools that were operated by black administrators, that were operated by black teachers, that knew that the only way that we were going to find progress and what we wanted in our lives was through education, you would not have come out of those schools and institutions without knowing, having something in your head. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? But we want to talk about all the progress that we've made. Have we really? Or have we gone backwards? Because the quality, folks, the quality. Are you educating me or are you training me? And I want you all to be serious about that with your children. Are you educating my child or are you training my child? There is a difference. Please believe it. There is a difference. You've got to command and demand. Baby, you're not going to give me nor my children anything less than an education. You're not training me for something. And listen, I have no problem with skilled trade jobs. I have no problem with any of that. But at the end of the day, when you go to school, I want you to come home educated, not trained. Am I talking to anybody? You try to remember. Listen. Now, this is one I'm going to close with. I know. Before I go there, let me do this because I really want. I'm gonna close with this last one because this one just really ticked me off. This one right here, for anybody that needs the knowledge and the understanding, I'm going to share this because listen, a lot of you all, they're indoctrinating the children, tall pumps. They are indoctrinating the kids. So at the end of the day, for anybody that has an issue with stuff on your record, here is Judge Mathis giving this very, very good information. Here we go.
It says that I'm there for robbery, but it's dismissed, but it's still on my record.
You can get it removed. Arrests, and folks need to understand this, arrests that don't lead to convictions can be removed by going to the court that acquitted you. You get the court order of dismissal, or from the prosecutor's office when they give you a no charge order or what have you. You take that to the, unfortunately, take a little leg work. You take it to the police department and ask to have your fingerprints returned, and ask for it to be taken off of the database. And then there will be no record of an arrest. And if you do have one conviction, then you can have that expunged after 5 years. What you gonna say? Stand up. Stand up.
So this ain't got nothing to do with the case. So anything I got on my record that's dismissed, I can have that removed?
Absolutely.
That's all I want to know.
Absolutely. And this is a big issue, and that's why I'm spending a minute on it, because so many people are arrested erroneously just for being in the wrong place, particularly people in poor communities. You walking up and down the street, police jump out, they think you look like somebody, or they think you look like you're doing wrong, and what they call it, illegal search and seizure. They throw you up against the car, take you down, then find out you didn't do anything. Well, it's on your record from then on, and so that's a big problem.
I would like to add.
And I'm gonna play it one more time because this may impact somebody.
I'm there for robbery, but it's dismissed, but it's still on my record.
You can get it removed. Arrests, and folks need to understand this, arrests that don't lead to convictions can be removed by going to the court that acquitted you. You get the court order of dismissal, or from the prosecutor's office when they give you a no charge order or what have you. You take that to the, unfortunately, take a little leg work. You take it to the police department and ask to have your fingerprints returned, and ask for it to be taken off of the database. And then there will be no record of an arrest. And if you do have one conviction, then you can have that expunged after 5 years. What you gonna say? Stand up. Stand up.
So this ain't got nothing to do with the case. So anything I got on my record that's dismissed, I can have that removed?
Absolutely.
That's all I want to know.
Absolutely. And this is a big issue, and that's why I'm spending a minute on it, because so many people are arrested erroneously just for being in the wrong place, particularly people in poor communities. You walking up and down the street, police jump out, they think you look like somebody, or they think you look like you're doing wrong, and what they call it, illegal search and seizure. They throw you up against the car, take you down, then find out you didn't do anything. Well, it's on your record from then on, and so that's a big problem.
I would like to add.
I want you all to, I see you're taking notes. Some of y'all saying you're taking notes. Good and very good. Good morning to you, Kaiser and Cece. I saw you. And where did you tell me you were from? Vienna. Come on in here from Vienna. We're glad to have you this morning, and blessings to you. Joe Schmo, welcome to the Lion's Den. This is Yes You OQ. So I wanted to listen. I'm trying to get as much information out here to us as possible, because some, as he said, it becomes a big problem because you may have been let go, but yet and still it's on your record. He gave some very good information on how to get it expunged from your record. He said it may take some leg work, but that's exactly the idea, to make you fatigued and tired. It's so much leg work. Just leave it. No. Get your record clean. Get your record clear, because it makes all the difference in the world. So I wanted to share that this morning. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and do these last two, and I'm gonna save the one that's gonna be real controversial to next week, because I'm running out of time and I want to get these in because I feel like it's important. You know, I always like to leave you, especially on the Fresh Start Friday, with something totally positive. I'm gonna do these last three. Let's take the first cue from this little girl. And she's getting ready to give you a whole word right here. And I'm going to try to minimize my talking, because I really want to show these last three. And I want you to be blessed by them, because I believe it's going to work for you. Here you go.
It's tired of people trying to play me. Now, a while ago, I heard my mom tell my brother, get the stuff out the car. He looked me dead in my face, y'all, and go say, Cassie, Mama said, get that stuff out that car. I say what? I know you playing, cause I just heard Mama say you do. And y'all wanna know what's crazy? Mama just was about to give him $1 for following directions and being a good listener. He was finna give me his blessing, and that got me to thinking. How many times God gonna tell us to do stuff and we don't do it? God be like, go ahead and stop that business. Y'all know what we do? Give somebody else the idea. I'll just sit on it. Then y'all get mad when they do it and get the reward.
I'm gonna let that play one more time. It's
tired of people trying to play me. Now, a while ago, I heard my mom tell my brother, get the stuff out the car. He looked me dead in my face, y'all, and go say, Cassie, Mama said, get that stuff out that car. I say what? I know you playing, cause I just heard Mama say you do. And y'all wanna know what's crazy? Mama just was about to give him $1 for following directions and being a good listener. He was finna give me his blessing, and that got me to thinking. How many times God gonna tell us to do stuff and we don't do it? God be like, go ahead and stop that business. Y'all know what we do? Give somebody else the idea. I'll just sit on it. Then y'all get mad when they do it and get the reward.
Well, that whether you got it or not, baby, that was a whole word. She spoke a whole word right there. So out of the mouths, I heard somebody say it, out of the mouths of babes and sucklings, honey. She told that. Somebody else came in the room. Vengeful Turkey for you. Good morning to you and welcome into the Lion's Den. So glad to have you. Now, this next one I want to run because I feel like there is a word here for you. Come on and receive it. Here we go. And let me hold this brother up. Let me get it queued up for you. We're just going to close out with these last videos and let it bless you real good. Let it bless you real good.
Sometimes I am so moved by how powerful we are. We are so powerful. We literally have the power to shift anything that we choose to shift, change anything that we want to change. And I'll tell you what I love about life. It is that if at any moment it feels out of alignment, if at any moment it doesn't feel right, or if you are simply just not happy, you always have the power to say yes to something new or no to something that you don't want to deal with anymore. I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to make the perfect decision all the time, when in all actuality it's really just about moving forward and putting one foot in front of the other so that you're not stuck. This is why they say progress over perfection. I saw something on Instagram earlier that said, life is not about expecting, hoping, and wishing, but about being, doing, and becoming. This is owning your power. Doing, taking action, being accountable, authentic, and present, and becoming the person that you see in your vision so that you can even get there. I needed to be reminded of this today too. Love you.
I'm gonna let him go one more time because it's a word for somebody.
Sometimes I am so moved by how powerful we are. We are so powerful. We literally have the power to shift anything that we choose to shift, change anything that we want to change. And I'll tell you what I love about life. It is that if at any moment it feels out of alignment, if at any moment it doesn't feel right, or if you are simply just not happy, you always have the power to say yes to something new or no to something that you don't want to deal with anymore. I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to make the perfect decision all the time, when in all actuality it's really just about moving forward and putting one foot in front of the other so that you're not stuck. This is why they say progress over perfection. I saw something on Instagram earlier that said, life is not about expecting, hoping, and wishing, but about being, doing, and becoming. This is owning your power. Doing, taking action, being accountable, authentic, and present, and becoming the person that you see in your vision so that you can even get there. I needed to be reminded of this today too. Love you.
Listen, and I listen, that's a word. Own your power, y'all. Own your power. Please, please, please. That brother right there had a word. He had a word. I'm going to share this as well. I really want to feed you as much, and I don't need to talk because there are many voices that are speaking this same energy. So I want you to receive it from whomever. This is some good stuff right here. Let's receive what they're saying.
He treated you like you were common because you act like you are common. There is a fire that is burning inside of you, and you know that you feel it, that you could do more, that you could be more. Get out of your comfort zone right now. In 2023, this day, January 20th, this Friday, we're done with playing small. We're done with insecurity. We're done with dealing with insecure people that make us feel like we have to water down ourselves in order to be able to be around them. That's not your job. How often are you going to continue to put other people's happiness before your own? You got a life to live too. And if they were truly your friends or really wanted to support you, they would celebrate you. So I do hope that this helps. I love you guys so much. Ground yourself in gratitude. As always, I love you. Peace.
And I'm going to do it one more time because somebody needs to hear it.
Full disclosure, my beloveds. I'm on y'all this morning. They treated you like you were common because you act like you are common. There is a fire that is burning inside of you, and you know that you feel it, that you could do more, that you could be more. Get out of your comfort zone right now. In 2023, this day, January 20th, this Friday, we're done with playing small. We're done with insecurity. We're done with dealing with insecure people that make us feel like we have to water down ourselves in order to be able to be around them. That's not your job. How often are you going to continue to put other people's happiness before your own? You got a life to live too. And if they were truly your friends or really wanted to support you, they would celebrate you. So I do hope that this helps. I love you guys so much. Ground yourself in gratitude. As always, I love you. Peace.
I love. I've got one more and we're going to get out. It's 8:56. We're headed over to Rebels. But listen, I just wanted to give you some empowering words, some empowering videos before we get out. This one, some of you may have a little bit more trouble receiving because we do make a lot of allowances for a lot of people, even in their bad behaviors. But I want you to just chew on it. If it's for you, fine. If it's not for you, fine. But I want you to listen to the essence of what this sister is saying. Even if you can't embrace it at this particular point in time, just hear. And
that a whole person will never do. Because, you know, I'm a huge proponent, advocate of wholeness, of having a healthy relationship with yourself. It's so critically important. You will never see a whole person in a bad relationship. When you have taken the time to do the inner work and you have resolved your traumas and you have sorted through your issues and you have reached the heights of self-awareness and you know who you are in and out, through and through, and you are good with yourself and you are happy with yourself and you are secure in yourself, you are practically allergic to brokenness, to anxieties and insecurities and all of those issues that are common in people who have not done the work, and common in people who have not healed, common with people who have buried things under the rug and in the ground and haven't done the things that are necessary to heal and be okay with themselves. When you are a whole and complete person, as soon as you catch a whiff of something that is toxic, of something that is draining, you will extricate yourself quick, fast, and in a hurry. And so that is a key indicator. If you are a whole person, whole people don't stick around for the BS.
I'm gonna play that one more time, and then I'm gonna give a outro to that. But let me say this once more and again: frequency. Anybody that knows I talk about frequency, you can't be on AM and they're on FM and get that signal. You can't be on Sirius and they're sending out FM and get that signal. So I want you to understand it's about your frequency. For some that really find this difficult to embrace, this concept seems distasteful. This concept seems like, oh no, I don't agree with that. I want you to ask yourself as you listen to what she's saying once more and again, what frequency are you on? What frequency are you on? And again, if I'm on Hot Jams 107.3 or 103.3 or whatever it is, and you're on 88.5, those frequencies are not going to intersect. I just need y'all to think about that in a very real way and in a very practical way to understand the concept of what she is saying. If you're on different frequencies, and we're talking about when you start talking about getting in spaces and places, and not just marital relationships or significant others, I'm talking about your friendships. I'm talking about your work relationships. I'm talking, baby, when you get to a point where you start getting whole and you get a whiff of foolishness, something down in your shondo is going to say, no, ma'am, no, sir, I don't live there anymore. One more time for the people in the back.
Let me tell you something that a whole person will never do. Because you know I'm a huge proponent, advocate of wholeness, of having a healthy relationship with yourself. It's so critically important. You will never see a whole person in a bad relationship. When you have taken the time to do the inner work and you have resolved your traumas and you have sorted through your issues and you have reached the heights of self-awareness and you know who you are in and out, through and through, and you are good with yourself and you are happy with yourself and you are secure in yourself, you are practically allergic to brokenness, to anxieties and insecurities and all of those issues that are common in people who have not done the work, in common in people who have not healed, common with people who have buried things under the rug and in the ground and haven't done the things that are necessary to heal and be okay with themselves. When you are a whole and complete person, as soon as you catch a whiff of something that is toxic, of something that is draining, you will extricate yourself quick, fast, and in a hurry. And so that is a key indicator. If you are a whole person, whole people don't stick around for the BS.
And there you have it. I see you, Lynn K. Frost McNish. Good morning to you, and come on with that agreement in your spirit. Fairly all day, no lies detected, none whatsoever. My lock journey, it's 100% on. This, Z Lady C, this right here is a whole word, and it's a whole word for whole people. If you find yourself, my lock journey and others, if you find yourselves still living in that space and place where there's brokenness all around you and those relationships are just as whack and crazy as they want to be, I need you, before you look at the people that are in your world, I need you to look inward. I need you to look inside yourself and begin to identify within yourself what is yet broken in me that's staying in this situation. Because at the end of the day, if you're on different frequencies, beloved, it's just not going to mesh. This is the way we do it in the Lion's Den. Come on, Tall Pumps. It's a whole word. It's a whole word. It's a whole word. It's a whole word for whole people. And I understand, even in saying that, for those that are still struggling in places of becoming whole and you're still out there doing the work, you have something to aspire to. But I promise you, when you become whole, you will begin to attract and you will begin to operate on the frequency of wholeness. So that's where I want you to leave us on this Fresh Start Friday. We've had some good word up in here. I held my controversial video. I want to give it all the energy that we're going to give it on next week. We did not have enough time when I glanced over at the clock, but come back on Tuesday, because listen, it's going to be hot and jumping in here because I got a video that I want to discuss. And listen, if you don't get hot and bothered, I'm already hot and bothered. So come back, be a part of that on next week. I'll see you on Tuesday morning. Come on up in here and I'll be happy to see you. To everybody, and to my friend from Vienna, we got somebody all the way from Vienna. Thank you for joining us on today. I appreciate you. To everybody that's here, let me go one more time, because I said I was going to go. I try to make sure and get my Facebook friends and family in, but y'all know I get so carried away. I forget to come over here and take that look. I think Denise Moore, I see you. Come on in here. Appreciate you. Jessica Cruz, I see you. Come on in here. Since I last took that look, I'm seeing who else is new in these different areas. I think we got everybody. Cassandra, Isaiah, I see you. Then I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm checking out over here. I just want to call your names because I appreciate you for coming in and taking the time to be with us on this morning. Mad love to everybody from everywhere. Here we go. Well, beloved, it's another day in the Lion's Den. This has been another edition of Yes, You O Cubed. What does O Cubed stand for? One-on-one, because it's just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman. I'm so glad that you joined me on this fine day. Now, listen, stay with us because we're going to go over to the Rebel Inks. We're going to have the cracks, and we're going to have anti-morning bangos with her, and maybe even some conversation that'll bless you real good. You can follow me out there, folks. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Discord, and more. I'm out there, saints. I'm out there. Now, you know we don't just come here talking about change. I want you to be the change that you want to be. And at the end of it all, I want you to identify you're not alone. We're trying to make a collective. We are working to bring a unification of the peoples, as Rebel would say. It's not just you. This Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar because it's us, you, me, we all. We're all in this thing together. We don't have a spirit of fear. We don't have a spirit of intimidation. We have power. We have love. We have a sound mind. And as long as I'm in love, I am all powerful in love. Now, listen, I want to thank everybody that came in on today. The Lion support has been strong. I want to say Tall Pumps, thank you again for that video. Honey 41, thank you for those roaring biddies. We're building something. Mino 3782, thank you for that resub, sweetheart. We're building something. Nothing but mad love to you. This music is brought to you courtesy of Regina K. Sims. Won't be this way always. Please believe it. Won't be this way always. Please go out there and get the project. Please go out there and support my sister because, baby, I'm telling you, she's doing this thing. Now, ride this raid train. We're headed over to Rebel's house. I don't want you to derail. I don't want you to jump off. Get your stuff together and come on and ride and go with us because we will do you good. At the end of the day, as my moderators always say, excuse me, as my moderators always say, have an amazing day, and on this Fresh Start Friday, have an amazing weekend on purpose. Do what you love what you do, and peace for your journey.